Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Caitlin. I make a lot of different videos about fashion, clothing, hauls, lifestyle, and more importantly right now I'm working on a mini series all about how to reach your professional goals or your academic goals. And today we are talking about interviews, how to ace those interviews and how to really get into a position that you want. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Let's get the ball rolling. The first thing we need to focus on is what do you do before an interview? My number one tip is research. Research the company that you are going to be interviewing with, research the job position, the skills that are required. Think about how what you already know relates to that job position in order to really tie in your experiences with that job. Also know why you applied for that position. That's going to be super important. I don't think I've ever been in an interview where they haven't asked the question, why did you apply for this position, or why did you apply for media buying or media planning or vice versa. So know why you applied for that exact position and not any other position within their company. Just know what you're going to tell them. Another thing to do is to think about potential questions that they're going to ask you. A lot of times most interviews ask the same questions. They want to know what your strengths, your weaknesses, a time you dealt with conflict in a job and how you handled it, or maybe when something went wrong, how did you handle that situation. They often ask you, tell me about yourself, and that can be hard because you want to you don't know if they're talking professional or if they're talking the fun side of you. So try and mix it in a little bit. I like to go off of my academics because I recently graduated college, so I like to talk, I recently graduated from here with this degree and this is what I did while I was in school and these are the previous positions I've held and what I've learned from them, and then I'll go in and say besides that I like to do this or I like to do that outside of school. Outside of my work, and it kind of gives them that all around about me, who I am as a person and who I am as an employee. The thing you should do before your interview is prepare questions to ask in your interview. You always should ask some questions during the interview, whether it's why do you enjoy working for this company, or what do you enjoy about this department or this position. Ask your employer deep questions about things you found in the research when you were researching that company. I'm in advertising, so we work with a lot of clients, so it's what did you find interesting about this client's account, or if you have worked with certain programs, I always ask, do they work with Slack, Asana, different things that I've worked with in the past. So yeah, during the interview you want to be very outgoing in a sense. I'm kind of an introverted person, but you always want to be hi, yes, in person. When we're back live in action with other human beings in the same room, make sure you're making that eye contact, shaking their hand with that nice firm but not too hard of a grip, hello, nice to meet you, but really being present and just being there to prove that you are really attentive and listening and highly interested in wanting to work and collaborate with these other people. Over Zoom it's a little bit different, but there's still Zoom protocols to learn about. There's different things how to position yourself in the camera, make sure you have good lighting. There's still different things during the meeting that you're gonna do or during the interview that you would do in real life, ask your questions and answer your questions and stuff like that. So when somebody asks a question and they're talking, give them a couple seconds to know that they're done speaking before you start to speak. That way you're not cutting them off and making them feel like you're rude. And also when you're asking or answering your questions, take your time answering the questions, breathe, don't just fly through your answers, but really feel like you're having a nice conversation. Kind of speak how I'm speaking right now. You're kind of taking your time answering the questions, describing what it is that you were saying to them. And then obviously, as I said previously, make sure you are asking questions. I think it's so important to spark conversation. It's also very important because it shows that you are interested in the position and interested in that company. Another thing that you need to be doing during your interview though is making sure that you are being presentable. You show up and you've put together your outfit, whether if it's on Zoom, obviously your top half is going to be showing, but make sure you don't stand up and show those pajama pants. But no, like really make sure you are presentable, you put that outfit together, you know, you brushed your hair that day, you didn't just jump out of bed in your pajamas and take the interview, because that's not gonna look good, honestly. But yeah. And the most important thing to do after, so moving to the after part of the interview, is to make sure that you are thanking the people who interviewed you. If it's in person, it's a bit easier to do this. It's easy to drop off a thank you card, have it in your bag with you, so that when you leave, hand it to them, the thank you card. It's there, it's ready. Over Zoom, half the time people are at home. You can't really just send them a thank you card because you don't want to be like, where do you live? I want your address. I'm going to send you a card. So send them an email. I like to just put them all together in the same email, send out a nice little thank you email, let them know that you need anything from me, they can. And I also like to send my portfolio in it as a reminder if this is the work that I've done. So that's really the gist of it all. Interviews are very nerve-wracking but simple. It's all about them getting to know you, making sure that you're not getting too personable within your interview, but also let them know a little bit about you, kind of conversation based to a sense. I feel like every interview I've had that's been good, we've led into conversations about whether it's the industry, myself, our interests, something we have in common. That's super important. And obviously a lot of different things are industry based. Certain interviews are different depending on the industry. I'm speaking from my experience in advertising and public relations. Other than that, yeah, good luck. I will link some articles down below that you can read some more about interviews and things like that. Check out the one from Indeed. I'm gonna link down below for sure. It's gonna be good. But yes, good luck. You've got this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this, or if you found this helpful, informational, anything like that. I love to help get your career kick-started and just talk about this kind of stuff. And also don't forget to subscribe, because I always try and put out content monthly. But yeah, have a wonderful day, evening, week, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.